For the KPI design portion of this module, what we're going to want to do is we want to draw as much attention as we can to our KPI so that it really is the first or second thing that our end users are seeing on our dashboard. So with that in mind, we probably want to make it so that our KPI is pretty big. We also want to add some bolding so that the number itself sticks out. And then we want to be really clear with our labeling so that our end user knows exactly what it is they're seeing and probably how that relates to what the rest of our dashboard is also showing them. So to do that, I'm going to right click on our KPI tab down here. Let's choose duplicate. I'm going to double click on that tab and just call it KPI design. On my KPI design sheet, what I'm going to do is click on our text button. I'm going to click our ellipses here to open up my edit label window. Let's go ahead and highlight everything and let's change this to a size 20. 20, 22, maybe 24. Those are all pretty good sizes for font when we are thinking about titles in KPIs. I wouldn't suggest going too much bigger than that as you run the risk of it being really obnoxious and too big. And I also would not suggest going smaller than that as it could get lost in the kind of the shuffle of our dashboard if it's not a big enough font. So you might have to play around with some of the sizes of fonts to see what you want and how your KPIs should be sized. Before I click OK, let's go ahead and just highlight our measure here. And I'm going to click bold so that that number is bolded, but the rest of my label is not. And I'm going to update my label here so that it says people admitted out of 100,000 people. Actually, I don't even know if I need the people at the end. Out of just 100,000. And I'm going to hit enter, and then let's type in all age groups so that our end users know that we're not looking at a specific age group, but we're looking across all of them. Again, I can hit apply so I see what that looks like. It's nice and big. You'll notice in my edit label window, it's centered, but in my visualization, it's not. It's okay, we're going to fix that here in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Notice with my text button box still open, I'm going to click on my alignment automatic. And then here's where I'm going to change it so that it's horizontally centered. So I'm in that horizontal section and then I click center here. What that's going to do is that's going to center it in our text box here. If I wanted to, what I could do is I could also click on my standard fit menu, do entire view. And then we see that Tableau is going to go ahead and center that KPI text in the middle of our visualization. One last thing that I like to do with my KPIs, others might disagree with it or they might add something else. Notice when I hover over this text, I get my tooltip that also says admit all ages 1101. So it's telling me the exact same information as what I'm seeing in my text. So what I like to do is if I'm not going to add any additional information to that tooltip, especially on KPIs, I will come and click on my tooltip button and come in here and deselect these options so that I don't have a tooltip showing up. There's no command button showing up so that my end user can't select or select different categories within there. So now, even though they can select it, there's no options to sort or filter, include, exclude, etc. And now as they hover over it, nothing is popping up, providing irrelevant or redundant information. So here's our designed KPI as compared to our original KPI. Notice how much cleaner it is. My eye immediately is drawn to this 1101. I know what that number is. And also, I'm not going to worry about my title here because when I go to put this on my dashboard, what we can do is we can right click on it and then we can hide the title. That's a good way of just bringing in the visualization and the text that I want and nothing else.